Alright, so just so you guys know how I'm doing more of this vibration isolation, I'm taking off, this is the window and lock controls. I unscrewed this, and all these parts that are plastic to plastic touching, I am going to be putting in this Tessa tape in between, which has almost like a Velcro texture to it, and it's extremely sticky. I mean, this tape is really good. I'm very impressed by Tessa tape. You can see it there, Tessa. Very impressed by it, and I'm going to put it on all these parts that touch, and of course keeping in mind or being cognizant of what can stick out, so you don't see this Tessa tape from the interior, from the inside face of the panel or the finished side. So that's kind of like what I'm doing. So I'm going to tape this all off. Over here there's a lot of pieces that of plastic that touch plastic, so that's kind of like the stuff that I'm focusing on and putting this Tessa tape in between them. Alright, so here's an example of how I Tessa taped the shit out of this. That's all Tessa tape all over it. This is plastic touching plastic. The only thing that protrudes out into the finished panel are the buttons, so everything that's not protruding out got Tessa taped the shite out of, and I really don't give a shit if it looks good or not. I just need it to be effective. And while I've got all this shit apart, I'm not doing this again ever. So I might as well find out everything that vibrates, whether it does or doesn't. If it looks like it vibrates, when I tap on it, if it vibrates, if I jiggle it, if it vibrates, it's getting us sound deadening or dampening material and coupling it. And that's just what's fucking happening. And that's how I never get done with shit. Alright, so what have I done? I've taken the foam. This foam here is what used to go on the door. Basically what used to be the shape of that white panel there, covering up that hole. It used to be a foam piece with a plastic backing, and then it had this I forget what it's called. It's not butyl rope, but it had some sort of other I forget exactly what it's called. Some other type of adhesive that really it doesn't stop being sticky. And I've cut it up, and I just found all the pieces on this panel which would potentially touch the inner shell of the door, including the panel that I just put on. And I'm using this rope here, and you could just, I can only do this with one hand at the moment, but you could pull it apart and really start to create kind of like a thinner piece. And that's what I'm putting below these pieces. So right here, if I lift this up, I don't even want to fucking do it, but basically that's what I've done with all these pieces underneath, and that's what I'm doing right now. For this one, I'm about to stick this stuff all along here. As you can see, just stick it on real nice, and just bring it around. Bring it around this way, bring it around this way, bring it around this way, bring it around this way. And that gives me what I need to be able then to now stick this guy down. And it should keep things from vibrating. So, I don't know, I'm a little scared because, this is, there you can see what this stuff, how it was sticking to the car. This stuff's really sticky. I think it's like plastic derived. It's not petroleum derived like the butyl rope, but it still sticks. So I just, that came around here, so I just found the ways that I could cut this open or cut it up and put it down where it might touch the panel along the inside. And then, I don't know, I did all the sound deadening stuff behind this here. I didn't want to rip this stuff out. I mean, people replace this with other things, but so you can see this is like some sort of a hot rivet, plastic rivet that the manufacturer uses. So I don't know, everywhere that this shit might touch, I've put it down. And this foam has like some sort of a very pliable plastic, and I'm not talking about the glue, I'm just talking about the back of this stuff. It's like a very pliable plastic, and I'm hoping that plastic, as it's touching other plastic pieces, it doesn't vibrate. It doesn't seem like it will. And then I added this foam in here. So this door is done. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on, and gonna find the energy. I've got plenty of time today to do everything I've done here. Since it's not my first rodeo anymore, hopefully it'll be done quickly. I've already got my stencil here for that panel and the cutouts and where I'm putting the screws and all. So this shit I'm not using. I am using this, however, for isolating vibration and keeping noise from going into areas where I don't want it to go. And as you can see, that same foamy stuff, I'm using it again to put it on my panel. So I'm going to put this on now, and it should sound pretty fucking awesome. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to hear it with the same speakers I've got now until I install a new one. So this is all going to have to come apart again so I install new speakers, which is not happening today. That's going to be another custom job that's going to take time. So bye-bye. Alright, so lucky me, after putting all this stuff on, this foam piece here, which used to be this surface here all along, and I've been cutting it out with a utility knife. It's about the 1/4 inch I'm taking off. It's about the 1/4 inch of material that I've added on, and I've been having to go strip by strip, basically cutting this way and then cutting up to take out a piece, cutting this way and then cutting up to basically level this out. So now, and I still have to do that with another piece up here. And this definitely a million times more work than I could have ever imagined, but hopefully now after taking that off, this piece will come on and I'm done with this. And so that means that what I did here, I guess I could show you now, is I just used the adhesive that this came with, and that's what I used to stick this down. And now this is my stuff, which is the rope, the butyl rope, second skin. Taking this stuff off now is going to be the fucking, let's see what we got. How easy is this going to come off? God damn. It's coming off. Let's see what I'm doing here. And thank God it's staying stuck to this, to my piece. And I went this way too. God damn. That's a lot of fucking work. Come on. Unstick, keep on sticking. Keep on sticking, please. Unstick, 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 unstick. And are we done? It looks like I am almost there, and there it is. You can see this is what came with this stuff, and there's the second skin stuff that I put down, and I'm putting this over here for now because it looks like I have to shave this down too, which I am, which I don't want to do. I'm going to try to fit it again to see if this cleared everything, and hopefully I don't have to shave this down, because you can see this is very thin. This here was a big block of foam, so it wasn't a big deal to do. I'm going to try to fit it again, vacuum out all this fucking shit in here. Look at this. So if anybody ever does this, you can see what you're getting yourself into. So it looks like I have to shave this piece down. I already did this one, so here I'm doing the process, which is, so you can see I'm stepping it down about a 1/4 inch, and what I'm doing is I'm cutting this way and then removing about a 1/4 inch and then taking off that strip. So I'm about an eighth of the way there until I get to this here that comes up, and hopefully this will fit, and I'm done with this, because fuck, this has been a lot of work, but guess it'll be worth it. Alright, so here's the final product. As I shaved all this down, here's how I shaved that one down. You can kind of see how the blades, how I was cutting into it, then taking out strip after strip after strip. Didn't really take that long, you know, with a good utility knife, which I have. This motherfucker right here, love this Husky. It's got a nice new blade in it. So yeah, had to cut this all up. So now I'm going to put these pieces back on, and hopefully these will stick all right to this jagged ass foam. these basically went like that, over here, this goes over there, and then I've got this other one which came around this way and went over there. So I'm gonna try to stick this all down as best as I can, go test fit it again, and it's gotta go on. It's gotta go on now, nice and snug. Alright, so here's door number 2. I could just stay like that. Did the same shit. Here I am at night. It's fucking late. Not that late, it's like 9:30. And I started this shit like at 11:30 today. I stopped for food and shit like that, and I had to figure out so many mistakes that I made on the last door that I did this one in like, I don't know, maybe a few hours, whereas everything else that I did last time was figuring it out for the first time. So it took a really long time, but now that I know what I'm doing, I'm gonna knock it out. This is gonna go on the door right after I put this on. It's already got the second skin rope all around it. So I already have this pre-holed or pre-drilled. It's already drilled on the door, so it's a matter of just putting this on the door, drill, then putting this on, putting on the screws, and I'm fucking done with this. It was a lot of work. Oh, and I want to show that I did put the Tessa State tape on each one of these little clips going all around, even on these things. That's Tessa tape on there, as you can see. Here it is on that too. Anything that touches, I put Tessa tape. So, oh man, I'm fucking tired. Fucking tired. And here's door number 2 done. I keep shooting these things fucking vertical, these videos. People are gonna hate me. But, oh man. This went a million times faster since I knew what I was doing. A million times faster, especially since I cut out the stencil based on the other one that was trial and error, about 1,000 times errors and enough trials to get it done. And there it is. Of course, still the same stock speakers. So hopefully I noticed this difference with the sound. When I hooked up the other side over there, what I did is that I put all the paneling on, and I'm still having a trouble, still haven't told you. These panels hook on to this channel up here, and I can't get it to hook on. I don't know how it works. These things are gonna have to come off again in order for me to install the new speakers, and I'm hoping that I can do everything I need to do just by removing this thing and removing that speaker, because I don't want to take this out ever again. I mean, it's got all the butyl fucking sealant on it, so I don't want to take that out. Hell fucking no. All right.